we'll discuss about the process oogenesis. What is oogenesis? Oogenesis is the production of ovum in the female's body, and it initiated at the time of embryonic development. When the female child is there, female fetus is present inside the mother's body only, that time only this process starts, oogenesis. And that time millions of oogonia or gamete mother cell are produced inside the female fetus. Now that will undergo development when the fetus or the girl child will attain the age of puberty. Now the steps of oogenesis. The oogonia which is present inside the body, now this oogonia will undergo at that time only the meiosis 1. Meiosis 1, prophase 1, first phase of the meiosis. After that, the rest of the cell division steps will be arrested and the oogonia is now transformed into the primary oocyte. This primary oocyte is present inside the girl's child body, and that will in that form only. And when the child will attain the puberty age, then the rest of the process will take place. Now this primary oocyte will now undergo some changes to convert into primary follicle. How? It is surrounded by some granulosa cells, and now it will be known as primary follicles. Now the number of oogonia in the female fetus body, it is about millions, but till the age of puberty, only 60 to 80,000 of the primary follicles are left behind, and rest are get degenerated during that age. Now this primary follicle now will undergo the surrounding, some more granulosa cell will surround the primary follicle, and now a layer that is known as theca. That layer is known as theca. Now that structure will be known as secondary follicle. So the primary follicle is transformed into the secondary follicle. Now the secondary follicle again undergo transformation, and it will arrange, the cells will arrange in such a way that the inside cavity is there, that is known as antrum, which is filled by some fluid, and the outer layer is consist of two layers. Outer one will be known as theca externa, and internal will be known as theca interna. And now this such type of structure will be known as tertiary follicle. In this way, the secondary follicle is transformed into tertiary follicle. Now this tertiary follicle, which contains the primary oocyte, which is maturing stage, will undergo and complete the rest of the stages of meiosis 1, and meiosis 1 is completed. At the end of meiosis 1, it will form two cells. The larger cell, which is haploid in nature, now it will be known as secondary oocyte. So from the primary oocyte, the secondary oocyte is developed, which is having the rich cytoplasm, which is highly nutrient rich cytoplasm, and one first polar body is there, which is very tiny structure, which will be degenerating. Now after this, the tertiary follicle having this secondary oocyte will undergo maturation. For that, the secondary oocyte will be surrounded by the layer, and it is now known as zona pellucida. The layer is known as zona pellucida. Now this tertiary follicle will transform into the mature Graafian follicle, and this Graafian follicle having the matured ovum or secondary oocyte, which will undergo rupture or ovulation process during the mid of the menstrual cycle, and it will form two cells. Bigger one is known as secondary oocyte, which is also known as ovum, which is haploid structure, and second polar body. The first polar body was, and second polar body degenerates, and in this way the ovum is produced by the process of oogenesis. Now we'll discuss about
this figure is showing the steps in oogenesis, that is development of the ovum. The primordial germ cell in the embryo will undergo differentiation, and that is now known as oogonium. Oogonium is diploid structure which will undergo differentiation and meiosis 1, and that convert into the primary oocyte, which is present inside the female's body, and when the girl will attain the puberty, then the next process will occur. Now here, after the completion of meiosis 1, the it will primary oocyte will convert into the secondary oocyte, which is haploid structure and first polar body. After this, the ovum will here the secondary oocyte will undergo the process of rest of the stages of meiosis 2, and the ovum will be released and the second polar body. These two polar bodies will get degenerated, and this ovum is haploid in structure, which will further undergo the process of ovulation and finally fertilization. This diagram is showing the comparative study of spermatogenesis and oogenesis, formation of sperm and here formation of ovum, which we have already discussed earlier.
In this class, we'll study about the menstrual cycle of female reproductive system. This system occurs in the females of primate group, that is monkey, apes, humans. This starts when this menstrual cycle starts in the age of puberty, after the girl attains the age of puberty, and that is known as, this phenomena is known as menarche. And when the menstrual cycle stops in the age of 45 to 50 years of old age, then it is known as menopause. Between this, that phase is known as reproductive phase of the female. Now, the phases or the events which occurs during this menstrual cycle. From the first that occurs at regular interval of about 28 to 30 days, and it is during the 3 to 5 days of bleeding period. So from the first menstrual cycle to the second, that phase is known as one menstrual cycle. During that ovulation phase, from each ovary, alternate ovary, one ovum is released in the alternate month of the reproductive cycle. Now, the menstrual cycle consists of the 4 phases. First phase is menstrual phase, second or the bleeding phase, then it is follicular phase, third one is ovulatory phase, and fourth one is luteal phase. All these phases are under the control of the hormones which are secreted by the ovary as well as the pituitary gland. 4 hormones are there, that is LH, then FSH, which are secreted by the pituitary gland, and from the ovary, that is progesterone and estrogen, which are secreted by the ovary. All these hormones are responsible for all these phases of the menstrual cycle. Now, first phase is known as menstrual phase or the bleeding phase. That duration of that phase is about 3 to 5 days. During that, the bleeding occurs, in which the unfertilized egg and other parts are thrown out of the body. Then after that, it will enter into the follicular phase. That means development of the follicle. During that phase, the primary follicle will undergo maturation into secondary, then tertiary, and finally it will transform into the Graafian follicle, and the ovum or the secondary oocyte becomes mature and formed. And then it will enter into the ovulatory phase. The ovulatory phase involves the ovulation process. That means the Graafian follicle will release the ovum, and that occurs in the mid of the menstrual cycle. Because when suppose the menstrual cycle is about 28 days, then it will occur in the 14th day of that menstrual cycle. And that time, during the ovulation, the LH is at the peak level, and that is known as LH surge. That is necessary for ovulation process. In that process, the ovum is released from the Graafian follicle and it is ready for the fertilization process. After the ovulatory phase, then comes the luteal phase. If the fertilization process occurs, then okay. Otherwise, that ovum will undergo degeneration, and the endometrial wall of the this uterus will undergo degeneration, and that will be thrown out with the help of this the corpus luteum, which is formed, that will be thrown out of the body, and that is known as luteal phase. During that phase, the corpus luteum starts secreting the hormone that is known as progesterone, that is necessary for the repairing of the endometrial wall of the uterus. And in this way, again, it will after the completion of these 4 phases, that menstrual phase will occur of the second cycle, in which all these things will be thrown out of the body. And again the stages will come, that is follicular phase, then ovulatory phase, then luteal phase, and in this way the menstrual cycle will occur. And one ovum from each ovary, that is alternate ovary, will be released in the next month. Then next month, suppose this month left ovary, then next month right ovary. In this way the ovulation occurs, the ovum will be released. Now we will discuss the menstrual cycle with the help of the diagram.
In this figure you can see the menstrual cycle, and this is showing here the 4 stages, that is menstrual phase, then follicular phase, luteal phase. You can see here it starts from 0 days to 28 days. This cycle is of 28 days, and the mid position is 14th day. 14th day occurs the ovulation process, and when the amount of the LH, that is luteinizing hormone, is at the peak, which is known as LH surge. Now here you can see this men's bleeding phase is there, and then in the follicular phase this endometrium wall becomes repairing. And then here 4 types of hormones, that is estrogen, progesterone, luteinizing hormone, and FSH, all are responsible in this process. These 2, LH and FSH, from the pituitary, and progesterone and estrogen from the ovary. Now here here you can see the stages of follicle. Follicle is growing, primary follicle, secondary, tertiary, this is antrum, and then this is Graafian follicle, which will ovulate, that means ovum will released from this Graafian follicle, and then it will convert into corpus luteum, and finally white colored corpus albicans, which will be again discharged from the body, and corpus albicans, and the unfertilized egg will be thrown out of the body. In this figure you can see the ovary CS, that is cross section of the ovary. It contains different follicles: primary follicle, secondary follicle, then tertiary follicle, and Graafian follicle. And here you can see the ruptured follicle after the ovulation process. And after the ovulation, you can see the early corpus luteum, and which will now it will convert into the corpus luteum, and finally corpus albicans. So different stages of follicles are present here, and these are the blood vessels and primordial follicles. This figure is showing the control of the hormones in the process of female reproductive system. Again, like the male also, here the hypothalamus, which is present in our brain, will release the hormone GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone, which will stimulate anterior part of the pituitary to release these 2 hormones, that is LH and FSH. Now these 2 hormones will act upon ovary to stimulate it, and finally it will start secreting these 2 types of hormone, estrogen and progesterone, and which will act upon they are controlling different types of activity in uterus. They are also responsible for menstrual cycle, and finally feedback mechanism also.